This is Max Shears, Pro Boxing Fans. I'm Black with joined as always by Josh Kelly. We spoke a bit off camera, but I mean, you're here in Jeddah. We've seen the theatre, the hotel. It is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy. This setup here. When they go big in Saudi, when they do it, they go big.
I know that a lot of fighters like visualize the events, the fight weeks, and stuff like that. So for you, when you get to something like this, is it kind of kick in? This is the time now. This is the moment.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I do for a living. It's what I've done since I've been 7 years old. So I feel at home, man. I feel just relaxed, and this is exactly where I need to be to go and defend this title and be successful.
Speaking about at home, after the world title win, there's a lot of talk about maybe the stadium of light or here. I got told a lot of rumours about both sides. I mean, was the discussions there? And I imagine the discussions for this to happen in the future anyway, isn't there? The stadium of light.
Yeah, I mean, it needed to happen in June for it to happen in the stadium, and it didn't materialise. So because of the fight, I think the fight weren't signed until later on. So we've been shifted to Saudi, but don't worry, it's gonna be a sweet victory over here for myself.
Talk to me about Caoimhin Agyarko. When I see the clips, it looks like there's a bit of needle between you two. Is there, or is it just business for you?
For me, it's totally business. If you want to get emotional and look in his feelings, you can. It's nothing to do with me. It's like anything I say, he wants to bite on it. So it's up to him. I just keep fishing and just keep reeling them in. I'm not too fussed, to be honest. Whatever he says, because at the end of the day, we're gonna step in there on Saturday, and he's gonna know exactly where. So early in the fight, he's gonna know. This is out me depth. I'm out me depth. I'm out me depth. So it's the emotional balls in his court, not in mine.
I think I saw you say there's nothing that he's better than me at, or I'm better than him at everything. This isn't the words used, but are you almost overlooking him? Is it get the job done and then see what's next, or like
No,
how do you view this fight?
no. I believe every fight, especially when you become world champion, is a fight where people's gonna come and they're hungry and they want to take the title off it. I don't believe he's got the experience to deal with this sort of magnitude of event. I don't know if it'll probably end up getting him, it'll dawn on him the night before the fight that, oh my God, this expectation and pressure's a lot. For me, let go of all that. I'm world champion, do what I want. So I'm not bothered. But yeah, I'm never overlooking anybody. I've never overlooked anyone in my career. Not even the guys who people don't even know of. I've never overlooked anybody. So I just go in there, put a performance on, do what I do best, and the job should be done.
I just want to ask you, use the word experience. Is that the difference with this Josh Kelly, the one in the Murtazaliev fight, the past few fights? Is that the difference for you now? You've got that experience, and because we know your pedigree from the past, but is that what makes the difference with you and where you're at in your career now? The experience in the fight game.
Yeah, I've said many times before, it's believing and knowing's two different things. Once you complete the task, you know. You have to believe it before you do it. And now knowing it just gives you that self-confidence and that little bit of just chill out. I've been there, done it against the baddest man on the planet at the time, supposedly. No one wanted to fight. So just chill out, we've got this. You know what I mean?
I want to ask about that fight with Murtazaliev. We was there that weekend. Scary looking guy, to be honest. I mean, for you, was it almost like you will be confident in yourself, but was it a sense of relief that not only have I beat him, but I am a world champion. I've done what I believe that I could do from being a kid.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as every fighter in every fight. They put a mask on, it's like, people say to me, he's scared, look how scary he is. As I said, but if he worked in a shop, he'd be a scary looking person who worked in the shop, do you know what I mean? It's the same with this fight, it's like all the talk, it's like, right, do that, but you can say this and that, but if you, it's just like, it doesn't matter, nothing really truly matters until you get in that ring and perform. And when I've got that game plan locked in, I've got certain things I do and move, and like, it's going to be, Saturday night will be perfect, and we'll get on to bigger, better fights with the names I really want to be in with. But the sort of bad men of the division, Murtazaliev was one of them. I've ticked him off, and now it's time to tick the chart off and go on to the next level.
So I'm going to ask you about a few of them. Is one Jaron Ennis? I mean, if we talk about you fighting him, was you impressed by him against Xander Zayas? And did you expect that performance, or what did you make of it?
No, I thought it caught fire a lot quicker because of Xander's choices, but I was impressed how he was able to just, his confidence and his aura, and how he just went in there. I was like, yeah, I want to do my job. And Xander just got drawn straight into it, and I was like, oh, this is written on the wall. especially after that first knockdown. But I think Xander's a big guy. I think he probably scored to 160. So I was impressed. It was good, but yeah, he's definitely on the radar.
Do you think Eddie would make that fight? Obviously, you both matchroom. Is that a fight, or do you think he'd prefer maybe the Fundora route? Or
No, I think I believe he'd make that fight. Well, if he wants to give one of us the front door and let us beat him, and then fight for the undisputed, that would be great. But job's got to be done on Saturday for all these fights to happen.
definitely. I mean, if you were to compare your last fight with Agyarko and like the qualities, where is Agyarko better? What is the differing factors with this fight? Like I say, you talk about the danger of background, but what do you see different here?
If I laid me out, if I laid my attributes out in a line and I laid backgrounds out in a line, I'd pick a couple of his, which he's better at than me. Probably his punches harder than me. He's a tough guy. He's taller. He's got a longer reach. And if I laid mine out and I laid Caoimhin Agyarko, I can't see one on which he like trumps me on. Do you get what I mean? So I just have to show, which I know I will, but show I'm levels above this guy. Teach him a lesson, and in hindsight, it'll be a good lesson for him to learn, because he's got to take this loss to be better in the future. And if he wants to become a world champion, it's not his time yet, but if he wants to become a world champion, he can do that through not walking away from the sport after a loss, but taking it as a learn and go on to bigger and better things. And that's what I'll be saying to him after the fight, after I win.
This whole event and the Anthony Joshua fight, I'm just going to quickly sideline, is called the comeback. And I've seen AJ say it's not a comeback. I only fought a few months ago. Someone that is having a comeback this week is Errol Spence Jr. I mean, what do you make of that? I think it's a middleweight, this fight. Just what do you make of the comeback? I think that's what I saw, yeah. So that's 2 obviously up against Tim Tszyu, who's been more active, but obviously he's lost. Just, what do you make of that?
I just went under the radar, that one. I've been keeping an eye on it, but when's your fight Saturday?
Yeah. I'm assuming it'll be like Sunday Australian time.
We're going to see what's left of Errol Spence, because Tim Tszyu had a lot of miles put on the clock as well, with the Fundora fight, obviously with the background fight. Once you have fights like that, it does age you in some sense. So we're going to see what's left in both of them, but it's will be an interesting fight.
If he was to win and come down a division, would you be interested in that fight?
I mean, yeah, makes money.
I know
makes
we're
sense,
talking
baby.
well done. I do just want to ask Conor Benn fighting Ryan Garcia. A lot of people are saying that Garcia's skill, his amateur pedigree, and all these things will be too much. Do you see that, or do you think Conor has a real chance in this fight?
I think Conor's got to make it a fight, but Garcia, if he's on point, he'll be able to pick the shots, and he's got sharp, snappy punches. So I feel like Garcia will win, but Conor's got a chance if he can make it a fight and make it emotional and drag Garcia in.
When Conor left Eddie and Matchroom, and I know it was a lot in the heat at the moment, but Eddie kept on saying, "Why don't you fight Josh Kelly?" Do you think that's a fight that ever happens, or do you think that ship has well and truly sailed?
Nah, it could be down the line. Never know. You never know. Could be like a Kell Rook and Khan at the end. But yeah, you never know.
Was it ever close? Oh, not really.
Not really. I think more on our side we were willing, but their side weren't. So nah, not really.
Just before I let you go, Anthony Joshua, I mean, is there a lot of pressure on him in this fight? Or is kind of the pressure off, just come here, get the... What should AJ be thinking coming into this fight?
I mean, pressure's what you make it. Pressure's an internal thing. It's not... It's like internalised, not from outside. Pressure's never from outside, it's from within. So I believe he just goes in there, be athletic, does his thing that he normally does, and don't overthink it. You'll be able to go in there and get the guy out. And
should Tyson Fury win his fight this week as well, it looks like they'll meet eventually after all these years. Who do you lean towards, Tyson or AJ?
I'd have to see the Joshua fight. Tyson performed well, yeah. Tyson performed well his last fight, but I'm going to have to see the Joshua fight.
Say they weren't both fighting this week, then would you lean towards Tyson for that last performance? Or
yeah, at the moment on the last performance, but I mean, Joshua's a dangerous man for anyone as well. Big athletic punches out. When he doesn't overthink, goes in there and does him, he's a nightmare for anyone. But Fury's a great boxer as well.
Who's got the better heavyweight resume, Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua so far?